Hey friends, it's Jasmine, and I hope that you all are doing well. Today, I wanted to talk to you about this new book that I've been reading, The Glam Witch. So I host this book club. It's a local indie witches book club. You can find the Facebook group on Facebook at our metaphysical store, Spiritual Gardens. And every month we vote upon a book. And the book that was voted upon was The Glam Witch by Michael Herekes. I apologize if I'm saying your last name wrong. But when this book was voted upon at first, I was a little bit not sure about it. And I will admit, like, I did kind of judge a book by its cover. And I know that we shouldn't do that, but per the cover, The Glam Witch, I was kind of thinking that this was going to be another one of those, like, just hyper feminine, goddess worshiping, very fluffy sort of books. And I have to say, I am so wrong by that, because this book is actually probably going to be one of my witchy favorites in terms of current occult literature. Oh, the Glam Witch stands for the Greater Lilithian Arcane Mysteries. And I think that the acronym GLAM is a perfect way to describe this. And, you know, I think that people who aren't really, reading between the lines are going to just get stuck on the glam portion. But I do think that's kind of the initiation of the book itself, is trying to decipher who is serious and who is not. For me, Lilith has been a focal point in my life in the sense that I've known Lilith as a type of demoness, as a type of succubari. And I think that this book touches on that very well. Now, as someone who is a Mesopotamian baddie, I was looking to connect more to, I guess, my ancestral roots, if you will, of ancient Sumeria, because so many of our gods of the Middle East have just been demonized, right? Like, so many of our Middle Eastern gods are now demons of the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. And I've always thought of Lilith as sort of this rebellious female spirit. And I believe that originally she was meant to deter women or feminine people from being empowered in their sexuality, sensuality, or their womanhood, or their divine sovereignty. And I feel like this book touches on a lot of the different aspects of Lilith. I feel like this book touches on her Babylonian roots, her Sumerian roots. It talks about pre-Islamically who Lilith was, and then how she's evolved throughout the ages. And I had Grimwire on my channel for a live interview because he did a video about Lilith. It's a 45-minute long video about Lilith that I thought was so impactful. So I had him on my channel, and I encourage you all to go look at that Grimwire video. But like the Grimwire video, this book does kind of explore Lilith throughout the ages. We'll see if I can include some pictures from our Glam Witch book club here now. I also like that the book includes correspondences. So we have cats, owls, snakes. Now, for me, this correspondence list, when it comes to cats, owls, and snakes, I have personally always found great solace and connection to serpents. And it hasn't been up until this book that I've really associated that serpent that I've always felt around me and within me to Lilith. Really like chapter 5, Laying the Laws. The path is a way of life, and on it the whole being must cooperate if the heights are to be won. Dion Fortune, The Training Work of an Initiate. And then we have the Lithium Laws here. Law 1 being see it. Law 2 being own it. Law 3 being flaunt it. 4 being indulge in it. And 5 being defend it. And I really think that this is also a great tarot spread as well. If you want to work with Lilith on a deeper level and pull these 5 laws for your tarot cards about, you know, what should we be working with and defending and indulging in. I will say that in this book, there are also hexercises. And I have to say, I especially liked those as well. Especially the vision crafting Lilithian psychic sight ritual, which you can find here. Overall, the book is a magnificent book, and it's definitely more than what's meet the eye, in the sense that when you look at this book originally, right, like you think this is going to be another modern occult book on the fluffy wuffies, and really it's so much more than that. And if you take the time to look at this book and to really read its pages, and take your time reading it too, you don't have to rush this book, I think that you will find that there's a lot more within these pages than what meets the eye. I think that Herekes really has spent a lot of time working with Lilith, and it's very evident to be able to tell that when you're reading this book. Is this book a book that I would recommend to the beginner witch? No, it is not. I would recommend this book to a witch who is interested in working with Lilith, absolutely, but I wouldn't necessarily say this is a intro to witchcraft sort of book. And that's not a bad thing. That's not what this book says that it's going to be. If you look at the back cover, the book says, Lilith has been feared, worshipped, analyzed, and dissected by many, yet she remains an enigma, cloaked in a riddle of witchcraft. Today, she has found a place of elevation as a quintessential goddess in an array of occult practices, revered for her fierce independence, carnal appetite, and thirst for equality. Glam Witch plants the practice of modern witchcraft in Lilith's garden of glittery fruit, laid out over a sparkling assemblage of chapters. A modern mystic will explore the theory, practice, and lifestyle of the greater Lilithian arcane mysteries, Glam. In this book, you will learn Lilith's story and how to apply her archetype to a magical path. Open your third eye to intuition with signs and synchronicity. Discover Lilith's astrological significance to help navigate the shadow self. Witchcraft as a glamour puppet for attraction and beauty. Embrace your sexuality to harness the power through orgasm. Neutralize negativity with the application of bitchcraft. Loaded with spells and rituals to cultivate confidence, sizzle with sensuality, and stand up to adversity. The Glam Witch is a guide to spiritual empowerment and establishing unapologetic authenticity. To agree, the summary of this book is exactly what you are going to find within these pages. If you are someone who is interested in Lilith, if you are someone who is interested in connecting more to this primal goddess, then I highly recommend that you look at this book. Now, if you are not a witch who works with deity, or if you are not a witch who is interested in working with Lilith, I don't think that this would be the book for you. But I do think that if you are, this is a phenomenal book, a wonderful book. I really feel like I learned a lot from reading this book, and I wish that I would not have judged the book by its cover, because there is so much information in there, and Herekes provides so much history and so much knowledge and so much information about Lilith, correspondences, and their own personal gnosis as well. I think that this book also, you know, the exercises of connecting with Lilith and the Lilithian rituals as well they're amazing. And I definitely think this book is worth every penny for sure. For the sake of this video, I'm wearing like this little cardigan sort of moment. I hope that you all appreciate it. It's giving me like Lilith vibes for sure. My one complaint, if I were to have a complaint about this book, would be more on the Luciferian and satanic side, which is not as much explored in this book, and that's okay. You know, if that's not Herekes' experience, that's okay. For me, as a left-hand path witch, I feel like Lilith is probably one of the most popular, if not the most popular, feminine divinities that is observed. Lilith is very much the mother of abominations, and for me as a queer person, as a trans person, as a pansexual person, I find solace in the fact that what is viewed as abominable is sacred in Lilith's eyes. And in the left-hand path, I find that quite frequently, that Lilith, the mother of all demons, is actually, you know, the sacred mother. So I do wish that that would be touched upon more in this book, but if that's not Michael's experience, then that's okay. Overall, I give this book, honestly, probably a 9 out of 10. And that's more than I've rated many books on my channel, as I'm sure if you've been watching my channel for a while, I'm sure that you've seen. I give this book a 9 because there is so much historical information. There is so much evidence-based information and faith-based information. I really enjoy how we can look at the facts and the history, as well as looking at Herekes' personal experience with working with Lilith. So that's what makes it a 9. The only reason I'm taking a point away is because I also see Lilith in this infernal light as well. And she can be this Mesopotamian baddie. She can be this queen of witchcraft and the empowerment of people. And she can also be this infernal, abominable creature. She can be all of these things at once. And I think that's what makes Lilith so powerful, in my eyes at least. And I strongly recommend that you guys check this book out and let me know what you think if you do. This book has some really, really good information and some really powerful exercises with working with Lilith. So I strongly encourage that you check it out. And until next time, blessed be.